Hi friends, my name is Heather. I teach math. I read a lot of books. If you see me squinting, it's because I'm blind as a bat and I can't put my glasses on because the ring light reflects really badly in them. So we're gonna see how this goes. But without further ado, let's talk about the books I wanna read in June. This list is very big. It's probably the most books I've put on a TBR in a long time, and I have not read this many books in a month. Probably since I was a kid and didn't have a phone to distract me every 5 seconds. But we're gonna try. It is my summer break. I have very few commitments over the summer, and so why not try and read this many books? And some of them are very big, oh boy. But let's just talk about it. Some of these are for TBRs, some of these are just because I wanna read them, some of them are sequels, but I'm excited about every single one. We're just gonna pull at random off my TBR card. Doesn't that sound fun? Let's start with this one. So the first book I have to talk about is Shady Hollow. This is for Real Life Book Club. And the only thing I know about this is it's a cozy mystery. It's about woodland creatures in a forest solving a murder. And I've seen a lot of really great reviews for this by people that I trust. The texture of the paperback is so nice. And it's pretty short, so I feel like I can fly through this one pretty quickly, and the cover is just absolutely adorable. It's by Juno Black, by the way. Next book that we're picking randomly off the cart is Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. I still have my Target sticker on it because I did not get the special Kickstarter edition, but I love Brandon Sanderson. Mistborn is probably my favorite adult fantasy series of all time. I know some people classify it as YA, but I think the writing style makes it more adult. Anyway, that's a whole other discussion. But Tress of the Emerald Sea, I know it's cozy. I know it's about a girl on her island that doesn't really leave, but then she has to leave to rescue somebody or something. I don't really want to know what it's about. I want to go into this one blind and just enjoy the time. But island, summer vibes, it just makes sense. All right, next up we have this one, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. This book is so hyped up. For some people, it's hyped up in a really good, positive way. And for some people, I know some people that DNF'd this book. And then I know some people who this book has brought to absolute tears. And I hope that I love it, and I hope that it makes me cry because I love an emotional read. This book is, from what I understand, about two friends and like their lifelong saga of creating a video game and their like rise to fame, but also their friendship. And from what I understand, it's not a romance. It is just a very intimate and close friendship between this boy and this girl, this man and this woman in their adult lives. And I don't know, I kind of think I'm gonna fly through it. Oh, I'm just really excited to get into this one. And I know some of you that watch my channel, you have DNF'd it. So we'll see where I fall on that line. I haven't DNF'd many books, and I hope this is not one that I have to DNF. I hope I love it. Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. Also a Shakespeare quote. Next up we have Children of Fallen Gods by Carissa Broadbent. If you've been watching my last few videos, you know I'm on a Carissa Broadbent kick. I read Daughter of No Worlds around Easter time. I flew through the Crowns of Nyaxia duology, Serpent in the Wings of Night, and Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, and I loved both of them, and I am so excited to get back to Tisana and Max's story. So this is the sequel to Daughter of No Worlds, which is a magical story of revenge and love. It's romantasy, but there's definitely heavy, heavy plot, and this is the sequel. Obviously, when you're reading a sequel, you can't say all that much. I am upset because I just unpacked this from Amazon and this corner is bent. So I'm gonna put this under some heavy books and hope we can fix that. She's a chunky book. She's a floppy book. And we're excited to put her on the shelf next to Daughter of No Worlds as soon as I read her. So excited. I love Tisana, but even more than Tisana, I absolutely adore Max, and I can't wait to read some more Max. Next book I'm really excited about because it's by one of my favorite authors of all time, and that is A Man Called Ove, A Man Called Uva. I've heard it pronounced a lot of different ways, but regardless, this book by Frederick Bachman. Anxious People by Frederick Bachman is my favorite book of all time. I loved Beartown. I have the third book in that series, but not the second book yet. But I just absolutely adore Frederick Bachman's writing. The way that he talks about being human is unlike anybody else's writing of just understanding what makes a human being tick. And I know that this is about a grumpy old man and some new neighbors, and there's a cat. It's another short one that I feel like I'm just going to absolutely fly through. And again, I adore Frederick Bachman's writing style, so another one. I could say I'm really excited about all of these books, and it would be accurate. Next up, we have a romance, The Neighbor Favor by Christina Forrest. I've heard really, really good things about this book without knowing really what it's about. I know that it's about two neighbors and maybe fake dating, but also kind of like the You've Got Mail, like anonymous communicating trope in it. And I'm pretty sure that the guy is a fantasy author and that the girl loves his books. So everything about this just sounds promising. I don't know if this is a spicy romance or a closed door romance or a clean romance, but I don't care. The plot sounds great, and I love the colors and the design of this cover. So, I mean, I got all this time to spend reading a romance by the pool, and this is one that I'm excited about. Another short one, so I'm glad that I've got some short books onto this very lengthy, massive, fantasy-heavy TBR. Next, we have The Last Word by Taylor Adams. No Exit is one of my favorite thrillers of all time. I don't think I've read a book that has kept me as stressed out as No Exit did, and this book, I'm hoping, lives up to that. I didn't read his second book after hearing some negative reviews about it, but this one I like to think of as kind of like a reverse Misery. So we have an author who writes a book. This book is about a fan that reads that book and leaves it a poor review, and the author is not about to have it. So he asks her to take the review down. She doesn't, and he's out for revenge. Sounds creepy, sounds thrilling, sounds like a wild, good, crazy time. We also have The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walther. This is for the Suns Out, Books Out readathon, and I ordered it because it's the buddy read. I don't know much about it except that family returns to beach vacation spot for a wedding, but there's also a giant game of assassin, but there's also a romance with a groomsman. Cool. Sign me up. Perfect summer read. Let's read it. I also want to get through another romance. This is Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. I have not read Every Summer After, and so I'm interested to go into this book as somebody who has not read any Carly Fortune, because I've heard that people that loved her first book were a little bit let down by this one, but because I haven't read her other book, I wonder if I'm going to end up loving this one. Also, I want to say a huge thank you to Nikki on Instagram, because she so kindly gifted this book to me during Teacher Appreciation Week, and I am so incredibly thankful. I promise we're almost done. There's only 2 more books to talk about. This is the book I'm about to start. It has appeared on 2 TBRs, and I haven't gotten to it yet. And that is Air of Fire by Sarah J. Maas, the 3rd book in the Throne of Glass series. And I hear that things get really wild, and we meet some really great characters in this one. We got another chunky fantasy. I'm excited to get back into this world and see what develops with Selena and Dorian and Kale, and I know that we're about to meet some characters that I see fan art of all the time. This has been a really good time. I didn't really like the first book. I DNF'd it twice before I continued on in the series, and now I'm so thankful that I kept it up, and I'm excited because this is the first one I have in the new covers, and I like them so much more. Oh my gosh, they don't even fit on my shelf anymore. That is a big stack of books, wow. All right, and then the last book I don't have yet because it's not out yet, but June and summer mean a new Riley Sager book, obviously. Duh, so incredibly excited. I love Riley Sager thrillers. There's only been one that I haven't loved, but even that one I had a great time with. He just does it so well. We all know the only one left is coming out June 20th, if I'm not mistaken, and I plan on heading to Barnes & Noble that day, getting myself a big cup of coffee, binging it, filling a spoiler-filled vlog for everybody to watch once they've read it, and I'm so excited. So it's about a woman who was accused of killing her family. She was the only survivor. Now she lives in a big manor. She doesn't speak, but somebody comes to get her story and secrets are revealed. It sounds amazing. It sounds creepy. It sounds like a wild, good time. Exactly what we all love in our thrillers. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was 11 books. I read 6 books in May. May the odds be ever in my favor. Are you planning on reading any of the books that I am in June? Are you participating in the Suns Out Books Out readathon? And what book are you excited about coming out this summer? Please let me know. If you enjoy this content and want to see more bookish content from me, please make sure you subscribe, like this video, leave a comment down below. It helps my channel grow and get out there. And my social media is, as always, linked down below. But I look forward to seeing you again soon in another video. Bye, guys.